Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony 60 Morning Show. I'm Tony T here with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving out life replays for today's card. And on today's show, we'll have picks right here from college football. Bulls return with 3 games, 9 from the NBA. Of course, we'll wait for tomorrow for college basketball and the NHL to return. Wish everyone had a great Christmas out there. And if you would, give us that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that here. It really helps us build up our audience. And we'll do is we'll say hello to the Capitals and get right to the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Chris, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. 2-in-1 day there. Got both NBA plays yesterday. Dropped the lines in football there. Just thought they would show up a little bit over the living over the dead, but I guess Minnesota spoiled that. So anyway, 2-1, and then we got 3 touchdown scores. So not a bad day there. Hope everybody had a great Christmas, and I know I did. So just ready to get to it.
Yep, ready to get to it too. Yeah, I had a rough one. Yeah, I was on the Lions, missed that one. Of course, I was on the T-Wolves. I don't know how Denver does it, man. I mean, I just thought it was a bad spot for them. Minnesota, no back-to-backs for the entire month of December. And the way Denver looked after that 131-130 loss to Dallas, I thought they were on fumes. But, man, they pull a massive overtime win with almost 280 points scored. Tip the cap off to Denver there to be able to recover as much as they did in what I thought was a tough scheduling spot, having Christmas Eve between the end of a 3-game and 4-night stint. But, man, got to shout him out there, give him credit to that win there. Boy, Jokic, man, dude, the way he gutted it out like that, have a performance like that in that scheduling spot is just amazing. That was the impression I came away with. I was really impressed with Denver there, Chris.
Yeah. I kept getting notifications on it the later it got. I wondered how long it was going to go, but yeah, he had a great one. I'm not, like I said before, I'm not too big of a Joker fan, but you still got to give him credit for everything. He put that performance on, 280 points plus scored. So I don't know. It was a long Christmas night there with that one. I didn't think that one was ever going to end. I almost thought we were going to go second overtime, but it was a great game either way. Ant, of course, did really great there. He's my favorite, so I was glad to see him go. But yeah, it just kept going forever. But it was probably one of the best games yesterday, I think.
Yeah, something we've kind of known throughout the season. This Lakers team, as the defense has been bad, but we're starting to see the schedule getting tougher and it's getting exposed even more.
Oh yeah, that was one of mine. The Spurs were my best bet of the day yesterday. I think they're just OKC's kryptonite there, but yeah, definitely Houston exposed the Lakers there. So I just kind of figured that was a good spot. I got them at 2.5, so that was definitely a low price for them there, and then they just took care of business. So.
There we go. All right, we'll get to the bowl games. This is probably my least favorite bowl card so far of the season here, coming off of Thanksgiving. Of course, these are kind of low-rated bowls. We see actually 2 Big Ten teams in these, and these are always tricky for me when you get when you find Minnesota and Northwestern in these type of rated bowl games. Those are very low-level games against MAC and Mountain West opponents, but we'll get to them here. We'll look at the games here for today. We got Central Michigan, Northwestern head-to-head. Northwestern going to lay 10.5. Total sits here at 43. This one played in Ford Field, so no weather impact. Even though it's snowing like crazy in Detroit, they're going to play this one in Ford Field. New Mexico and Minnesota here. We've got the Golden Gophers 1.5. There's some 2s popping up. Total 42.5. And then tonight it's FIU and UTSA. This is the opt-out bowl. I'm just going to call it the opt-out bowl here. We've got UTSA 5.5. Total 60.5 here in that one. And yeah, we're talking opt-outs in many of these games, but I think this was the one that has the most of all of 3 in this game, in this first round bowl in Frisco, Texas. It'll be about 74 degrees, light wind there. In the New Mexico and Minnesota game, this one was played in Chase Field in Phoenix. Temperature 74 degrees, light wind. The roof is usually closed for college football games, so it really won't matter whether it's closed or open. Might be a little chilly there, but well, that's pretty warm. 74 degrees there in Phoenix. It's going to be about a 2:30 local start, so you're going to get some sunshine here, especially there. So we got you covered there in the game. So game above Sports Bowl is played in a dome in Ford Field. So forget the weather forecast in that Northwestern Central Michigan game there, and we'll start here with Chris.
Yeah, looking at that Central Northwestern game there, I'm going to take over 42.5. I think we at least get up and over that back and forth there. Northwestern, a huge favorite there, minus 10.5. What I've got, so I'd just rather stick to the total of 42.5 going over. The other one there, I'm going to take Minnesota, New Mexico. Definitely, I agree. These are definitely not my favorite bowls. Games tomorrow, we got some good ones. Pop Tarts, my good one. But today, if we have to take any of these, I'm going to go Minnesota here. I think you get them at a minus 1.5. It's a low number there. I'd take them over New Mexico to get that done, and definitely probably leaving that UTSA opt-out bowl alone there. I'm just not a fan of either one of those guys. Slight lean to UTSA, but I'll probably just lean that. I think the better plays are on the other two.
Yeah, with Chris said what I think I hear about these games. Yeah, I'm going to look over here with Northwestern and Central Michigan. There, Northwestern really struggled with pass defense the past 2 months. Give up almost 8.6 yards per pass attempt. We do have two senior quarterbacks playing in this game, so I would expect them to showcase their passing skills. If these quarterbacks have any hope of getting into some sort of all-star game, that's really what it is. It's long shots for either one, but still, you want the goal for these senior quarterbacks is just to keep playing, right? After the bowl game, just to keep playing. Hope you get an invite somewhere to showcase your skill. Preston Stone does have some back class over at SMU 2023, 3,200 yards passing, 28 touchdowns, 8.3 yards per pass attempt. He is going against a weak, a step down in class here with Central Michigan. This is not Western Michigan. This is Central Michigan. A big difference in these two teams. Western Michigan, no notable opt-outs. Northwestern will have a key defensive lineman opting out of this game. So there, I'll look here at the over. Central Michigan out of conference, man. They had some really ugly losses to Michigan by 60, Pittsburgh by 28. And they dropped games in the MAC against Western Michigan and Akron there. So I'll just look for an over in that one. New Mexico and Minnesota. Yeah, I'll go with the Golden Gophers in this one here as well in this game. Golden Gophers here in the non-conference put up some respectable numbers here, averaging 34 points a game, throwing the football effectively in the non-conference. Of course, it was a big step up in class when they played against the Big Ten, but here, pretty good weather conditions for these games. Of course, running back Terrius Taylor here for Minnesota is questionable whether or not he'll play. So you're going to have some opt-outs here on this side as well. But Drake Lindsey, the quarterback here for Minnesota, is expected to play. But you notice you are going to have – that's why the line's short. You're going to have a lot of opt-outs from Minnesota. They do have some NFL quality defensive players who are opting out as well. But it's P.J. Fleck, right? 6 straight bowl wins with Minnesota. I'm not going to go against that. They have a notable win at home against Nebraska. Lobos' 3 losses all came on the road at Michigan, San Jose State, and Boise State. They got past a down Nevada team by only 2 points at home. And we look at Lobos away from home, not good at stopping the pass. I'll look at Minnesota there in that spot. In the opt-out bowl here, I think the UTSA coach said he had about 10 up to 20 players could be opting out of this one. Not really confident in that game at all whatsoever here. Just too many opt-outs for my liking there in that one. The weather will be good, but again, just going to stay out of that one. Also, you have some quarterback concerns here with FIU. Both of their starter and their backups banged up, so there's still questions whether or not either of them will play. They may have to look at a third string. So just too much there. Stay away from me on that UTSA game. Welcome El Ninos into the show. El, what's happening?
Doing all right, actually. Been a little better. Guess it's what you get when you try to play a poker tournament. I had to sit there with someone that was coughing and sneezing all day. Playing cash games, you can pick your chips up and leave anytime you want, or switch tables or whatever. But anyways, so I was trying to clear all that out this morning. Almost threw up there. Anyways, sorry. Hope didn't ruin anyone's morning.
Too much information.
But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I'm good.
Bowl games, all 3 bowl games today.
Yeah. Coming off of 1-0 day. Yeah, no. Not too much action on these bowl games. Just a couple leans here. I like the Chippewas to keep it close here. I like Central Michigan with the points there. The next one I was looking at was Minnesota to get the job done there. I know a bit of money coming in on New Mexico, it looks like, but I'll just take the better price there on Minnesota. And, as you mentioned, not too much on the last one. If anything, maybe you lean the over. You mentioned the question marks there at the quarterback position, though. So definitely want to wait on that confirmation. But UTSA is 9-3 to the over on the season. So that's definitely something to keep in mind when you look at the total tonight.
Yeah, UTSA had really good passing performances down the stretch here. We'll see how that rolls here with them today. But yeah, I think the quarterback situation with the Road Runners is a little better, and they have their playmakers here. It's the defense where they got hit hard with UTSA there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Schwartz Show. We'll move our attention over to the NBA. We got a 9-game card. Let's hope the NBA delivers. They were at some point yesterday. Of course, Cleveland covered, although they got off. We thought that was going to be a blowaway game, but just remember, Carmelo Anthony wasn't on the court, so Knicks made a comeback. If that was a Carmelo Anthony Knicks, I guarantee you they would have lost by 50 in that game. It just seemed that every time they played that early game with Carmelo in that lineup, they would always get blown out on the Saturday game. The game, it just reminded me of the old Knicks teams with Carmelo, with the way Cleveland started with that 18-3 run. I was just thinking, oh, here we go again. All right, let's go. We'll continue here on the show. Well, we'll do 3 blocks of 3. There's 9 games. It's going to be a shorter show. There's only 2 sports in action. Raptors at Wizards. We see the Raptors 8, total 227. Heat and the Hawks. The Hawks going to be 3, and there's a 2.5 out there, total 248.5. Hornets and Magic. It's Orlando 6, total 232. Look at the injuries in these games. Heat and the Hawks. We got Hero and Rozier out. We have Johnson, Adebayo, questionable. Jovic and Larson here probable. For the Hawks, Porzingis still out. Gee here is questionable. We look here at the one between the Hornets and Orlando Magic. Kalkbrenner, Plumlee, and Williams are out for Charlotte. On the Orlando side, Moritz and Franz, the Wagner brothers, out. Suggs doubtful. Patazzi questionable. De Silva here is probable. We look here at Toronto and Washington. It will be RJ Barrett still out. Portal out now here for Toronto. Murray Boyles questionable. On the Wizards side, no Whitmore, no Kispert. We start with Chris.
Yeah, look at the Miami, Atlanta. I think that it's 247, 248.5, whatever you can, whatever you get it at. I think it's high for a reason. I think to get up and over that, just a lot of back and forth. No defense played there. We should get up and over that total, no problem. Looking at this Hornets Magic, I like the Hornets in this one here. I mean, you're missing the Wagner brothers there, and I mean Charlotte's been covering, but I'll take the 5.5 there. Just a slight lean. I don't like that game too much at all, but I'd rather have the points with the Hornets in that one. And then, still with RJ Barrett out for the Raptors, and now you got Podol. I mean, that's the guy there on the inside. I'd have to lean Wizards there. You're just kind of losing that with the Raptors. Patiently waiting for RJ Barrett to come back into this lineup here, but slight lean to the Wizards plus the 7.5, 8, whatever you can get. Take it with them.
Yeah, with Chris, move on over to El Ninos. On mute.
I was going to look at a few unders here early. So we got the Hornets Magic. You got Charlotte is 19-11 the under, and let's see, Orlando. Sorry, that's what I was trying to get my notes together. Orlando is trending 16-14 to the over, but as I mentioned, that number for Charlotte, hard to ignore there, 19-11. So I think we have a lower pace game in this one. I'll take the under here. Moving on, I also like the Celtics Pacers here. Indiana's also 19-11 the under, and Boston 16-13 to the under. So I'll take that one to go under as well. I had a slight lean to the Raptors here. Nothing crazy. It is a few more points than I'd like to be laying, but it's a game I think they should be able to win by double digits. And looking at this Heat Hawks matchup, looks like we've missed a lot of the value. I guess the play now for me would be just to take a shot on the. Well, at this point, I'm just wait on the Adebayo report. If he plays, I like the Heat to get the job done. I guess, as I said, most of the value is already gone, so probably get about even money or so if maybe lay a little bit of juice if he's in the lineup. So I think it'd be worth it just to have that confirmation. But I like the Heat or nothing in that one.
Yeah, without Nino saying what I think about these 3 games here, I'll look at Charlotte as well here, plus the points. Orlando has not done well without Franz Wagner in the lineup. They got by without Moritz, but Franz is the guy you want in there. You look over the past 2 weeks, hitting just 45%, but Hornets have been hitting the threes pretty well and defending, and the Magic have failed to cover 3 of 4. Defense has been an issue as well with them. So I'll look here at the Hornets, who've covered 6 of 7 with spots of good shooting. I'll take Charlotte here at the plus price. Boy, Miami and Atlanta here. in this one. These are two teams in really poor direction. But man, this Atlanta defense. Well, it's the Atlanta defense allowing 52% shooting, 42% from three. That's ugly right there. The one benefit is we are seeing Trae Young starting to dish the ball. I think he had a huge assist day the other night. And I think that's why Andy was mentioning over assist game. Yeah, we're starting to see him start to dish the ball. Well, he's got a little bit better talent around him, I think, this year with this Hawks team. But until they play better defense, I'm going to stay away there from that Miami game. Not a confident pick at all. I would only lean only because the Heat are in better defensive form. But again, I don't want to back either one of them there. I'll back Washington here. Just Toronto teams fail to cover 10 of 12. They're not shooting the ball very well. They're missing Barrett. Poeltl's another guy they're going to need. Wizards have covered 4 of 6. I don't know how in the world they've been doing it, but I do know how the hell they're doing. I don't know how the hell they're playing good defense all of a sudden. Some of these teams will play good defense for 2 weeks out of the season. Well, this is the 2 weeks I think the Wizards have been doing it. But I can't call them the Wizards today. The Wizards are playing some defense, so I'll take them here plus the 8. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we continue in the NBA with the Celtics and Pacers. Oh, would have been a good game last year. We had the Celtics here lay a 8.5 here, total 222. Sixers and Bulls. This one here, we're seeing Bulls at a pick 'em. We're seeing Bulls favored by 1. We're seeing Philly favored by 1. This one is all over the place. But if you want to look at the key book here at Pinnacle, Pinnacle has the Bulls one. Or the Sixers one, I should say. Sixers one there. All right, total 240. We go to Bucks and Grizzlies. In this one, we have the Grizzlies 5.5, total 228.5. We'll take a look at some of the injuries here out of these trio of games. We go to Boston and Indiana. We have Boucher out here. We know Tatum's still showing up on the injury report. Walsh is probable. For the Pacers, no Jackson, no Nesmith, no Shepard, no Toppin there today. And as we move on over to Philly and Chicago, in this one, we have no Oubre, no Watford. Barlow, Edgecombe, Embiid, Grimes are all questionable. Chicago coming in here with a clean injury report. Milwaukee and Memphis. Giannis Prince out. Trent questionable. For Memphis, will it be another Memphis hustle game? We'll see. It's Clark, Edey, Jerome, Concard, Pippen, Williams out. Coward and Morant here are all questionable. But, hey, don't sleep on Santi Aldama. This dude's been getting it done. We'll go over to Chris.
Yeah, looking at that with my Grizzlies, I think we see an over there. No defense played there, and Santi Aldama is definitely somebody to look at there. He's stepped up and everything because he's had to. We'll see if Coward and Morant play there. If they do, definitely get up and over that 228.5 there. If not, either way, he's been taking care of business and stepping up for us. So I think we see that. I'd even slight lean to my Grizzlies with the 5.5 there at home. But I think the bigger play there is the over. Looking at the Chicago-Philadelphia wins, that goes back and forth there. Now, you don't want to take Chicago as a home favorite. That they don't trend well there. But, I mean, at this point, I'll probably just take I don't back the Sixers often on the road or at all. But I'd rather take them at the moment. Just a slight lean 1.5 is what I've got. 1.5, whatever you can get, take it with the Sixers. And then those are two. I'm probably leaving that Celtics-Indy game alone. That just looks a little bit tricky there with the 8.5 there with the Pacers. So
there we go with Chris. Move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, that's a funny one. This Bulls-Sixers game. I was expecting the Bulls to open up as dogs, and as you mentioned, they were a point and a half favorite. Now it looks like money coming in on the Sixers, or maybe those injury reports clearing up a little bit. But again, a lot of question marks in that one, so I have to see how that one plays out, I guess, and where that number lands. We also had we had the
Celtics, Indiana, and Bucks, Grizzlies.
Celtics, Indiana. Yeah, I was looking at another under there in that one with Boston coming in at Indiana's another team that's a 19-11 to the under, and Boston 16-13 to. I think I already touched on this one in the last block. Sorry, I thought it was one of the early ones. But yeah, still like the under in that one, and I guess not much else in. Are we doing the rest of the card or
no? Just three. No, three. Yeah.
Just three, yeah. So yeah, sorry, not much else in this block right now.
All right, tell you what I think here about some of these games. I'm going to go ahead and take the points with the Pacers. Boston has not been hitting threes over the past 2 weeks. Pacers have been defending the 3-point line pretty well, so look at them. Look into current form plus the 8.5. In that one, also looking here at I'll look at the Bulls here at home to get it done against the Sixers. Sixers a 7-4 road team, but you look at the Sixers, they've covered 4 or 5, but they have not been shooting the ball very well. You look at that over the past 2 weeks, just a 42% from the field, 35% from three. The Bulls have been in a crazy shooting form. I know the defense has been not that the greatest though, but over 2 weeks, 52% shooting, 37% from three. I'll look here at this Bulls team who've won and covered 4 straight right now with great shooting. That Bucks and Grizzlies, I can only look at this Grizzlies team. I don't like anything I'm seeing from this Bucks team. 4-10 on the road. The Bucks over the past 2 weeks hitting just 44%, but 31% from three. Without Giannis, this team just is not showing anything. Grizzlies in really good shooting form, especially from three here over the past 2 weeks here, 41%. I'll look at them in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. We'll close out NBA with these final three. Suns and Pelicans. Here we have the Suns, 5.5 on the road, total 238.5. Pistons and Jazz. It is now Pistons, 9.5 and 10, total 244. Clippers and Blazers. Clippers, 2, but it's coming down in some spots to 1.5, total 227. We'll look at the injury report here for these final three on the board tonight. As we move on over to Phoenix and New Orleans, it will be Grayson Allen-Green out for Phoenix. Those are 2 contributors. Brea is probable. For the Pelicans, no Jones, who is subject of a lot of trade talks. Herbert Jones, DeAndre Murray out. Poole will be questionable there for New Orleans. As we look here at Detroit and Utah, Holland is questionable for Detroit. Niang out for Utah. The Clippers in Portland. Of course, we got Jones. We know Paul is out. The big man Zubac is still out for the Clippers. For Portland, the same guys. Grant, Henderson, Holiday, Thibault, Wesley out. Murray and Williams questionable. We'll go over to Chris.
Yeah, first we're looking at this Phoenix New Orleans game. You talk about, kind of like the Wizards type of thing, how these guys covered, but New Orleans at home, 13-5. I think they found a system there, bringing Zion off the bench and then putting him back, kind of just giving him his little bit of minutes there, taking him back off and everything like that. He's been a contributor. He's been doing well off the bench. But I'd have New Orleans here. I'm going to take that. I know the Suns have been hot, but New Orleans has been covering, so we're going to take them at home. Another one I'm looking at here, 243.5 is what I've got for this Pistons and Jazz game. They've been going over in big totals like this. I mean, you look at the past couple of ones they've had here where they've gone over 242, 240, 242, 241, all those things. So I think we get up and down. This Pistons team, we know, can score. The Jazz at home, they can get it done. So I think we get up and over that total, no problem.
Yeah, with Chris, we're on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I agree with the over there in that Pistons Jazz game. Just 2 teams trending that way, and again, sorry, wow. Suns Pelicans. I'm gonna look at another over there as well. I know the Suns have trended a little to the under 15 and 14 the under, but yeah, Pelicans just not much defense over there, so they're coming in at 19 and 12 to the over. Pretty big number, but I think we get into the 240s there, so I'll take the over in that one.
Yeah, from El Nino said what I think here about some of these games here. I'm going to look at the Pelicans side here to cover this number against the Suns. You look at the Suns over the past 2 weeks, just over 34% from three, but the Pelicans have been shooting the ball really well here over that period of time, 48%, but defending well, 46%, allowing 46%, under 30% from three over the past 2 weeks. Getting Zion off the bench. I think that's where you want him right now. Coming off a game where he had 26 points off the bench with 5 boards. And I'll look at the Pelicans in that spot. Going to look for plus points with the Jazz here, the home dog Jazz in that high elevation. Pistons been on the road for a while. Poor Pistons on the road for Christmas and Christmas Eve, and been on the road a while here. Jazz have covered 4 or 6 with spots of good shooting. You look at the Pistons over the past 2 weeks. This is where they're going to have to where they can get hurt here. They're holding 31% from three over their past 2 weeks. And that's the concern here is 3-point shooting here for this Detroit Pistons team. If they, they've got good health now, but the three's got to fall for them if they want to have a deep run in the playoffs. I was going back and forth with this Clippers team. If you look at the last this past week, they've shown some life all of a sudden, this Clipper team. A life after Chris Paul maybe is good for Portland, for the Clippers. I'll look at the Clippers here in this short number. I'm just going to go with recent form, the way they looked here the past couple of games. I know the numbers are ugly. They're a horrible road team, but they may have found something here the last few games. Even with Zubac, the big man out, they've shown some life here. They beat Houston. They've shown some improvement of late against the Rock. Against the Rock, they shot 55%, 54% for three. Kawhi and Harden had big games there. And you're only going to count on Denny Avila pretty much most games. Issue with some of the Portland supporting cast has been consistency, right? That's what I'm concerned here about there. So I'll look here at the Clippers in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Well, no hockey, no college basketball until tomorrow. So now it's time for our parlay, and the NFL comes back again on Saturday. So we'll have Saturday NFL, if I'm not mistaken, right? There's nothing today. Hope not. I didn't write nothing for today. Yep, the 27th, we have 2 tomorrow. So we'll get back with NFL tomorrow. So now it's time for our parlay purple segment, where our cappers can give out a parlay, player prop, game of the future. News right now is the Utah former head coach Kyle Whittingham could sign today with Michigan. That's what it looks like. So we'll see how that rolls. Parlay purple segment. We'll start here with Chris.
We'll keep it light today. Just a couple overs. We'll go Central Michigan, Northwestern over, and then we'll pair that up with Detroit and Utah over for a little 2-teamer there.
There we go with Chris. We move on over to Al Ninos.
I'll go with the Celtics Pacers under. I'll take the I like the Jazz there, as well as we'll take another under, Hornets Magic under.
Yeah, from Al Nino. So I'll take Minnesota Golden Gophers here. I'll lay the short number there with them, and I'll take it with the Jazz plus the points, and the Clippers laying it in that one. All right, we got you through our peripheral segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Yep, I think Al Nino sent me that sneeze over here. All right, well, now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Link in the description will get you there. Big weekend of action. Bulls are returning. NFL, NBA here. NHL back tomorrow. College basketball as well. Let's see what we have for sale over at Tony's Picks. We'll see what Chris has got rolling. Chris has been red hot in the NFL right now. So I'll put the numbers up here for Chris. NFL numbers have been strong here in the last 30 days. Chris, what you got for sale?
I guess you guys 3 in NBA today. Best bet 2 premiums. Wrapped them all up in a 3-pack for you guys today. Really enjoy. I like 3 of these on the board a lot. Strong leans there and getting good to put them up there. So we're doing all right in the NBA. Like I said, we went 2-0 yesterday, so we're looking to keep that streak going. Got a lot of bowl games. I do like some tomorrow, and of course we got college basketball back, NFL back. I've been doing pretty well there. NFL's getting a little bit tricky there with the living and the dead, so you got to be careful. But we'll have a lot of action there, and you guys hop on that weekend pass. You guys like the 3-day pass there to get you everything I cover. 2 for 1, pair me up. You guys see who's hot and who's doing well. Pair us up together. Let's both go to work for you and put some money in your pocket. And then, use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save you the 15%, and we're going to keep just trying to do well.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks. See a great record there from Chris. In action with the 3-pack from the NBA. Slam dunk up there as well. Remember, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must earn a profit. Amount purchased is credit back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks. Long-term subscriptions also available there. You guys like that, especially here as we get later in the week, especially with all the weekend action. All right, let's see what's rolling over at Tony's Picks. See what Al Ninos has got rolling now. Let's put together a really good year in the NFL for this year. Let's see. We'll pull them up here right now. See what we got with Al Ninos here. Al, what do you have for sale today?
So far just one play up there in the NBA. If you want to go check that out, I like that play quite a bit. Could get there with a couple more, but that's definitely my favorite by far. So just the one so far. But again, pair me up with your favorite capper, get one of those 2-for-1 long-term passes, and make sure you get all the Steam plays emailed right to you and texted now to you as well.
Now, we have the text service working on it right now in late Steam, guys. So get on board with El Nino. So you can see El Nino's top of the 7-day leaderboard has been on fire here last 30 days, last 7 days. Yesterday showing profit. NFL have been strong. LAU play NBA, $19 profit guaranteed from El Nino's, as well as long-term subscription. You may consider going long-term with El. Remember, all of our long-term subscriptions we come with late Steam and props at no extra charge. Our member plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but we continue to look for winners for our customers. We find any late winners, we get them in the system between 10 minutes to 2 hours for game time. Those plays are texted right to your inbox using the email you use when we sign up for the service. We're working on getting them texts as we speak. Soon we'll have our text service there with long-term subscribers. Lay steam there, as well as props included in all long-term subscriptions. So get on board with El Nino's promo code TonyT at checkout. Knocks off that 15% off. Match Al with their favorite capper. With the 2-for-1 cap promotion, you can match Al there with your favorite capper and with Chris if you like, and get signed up. All right, I'll have a best bet on the board for you from the NBA. Also one from the NBA. 2 plays for me today, premium-wise. So get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout and save yourself that 15% off there. All right, guys, with you here 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Head on over to our YouTube channel for a lot more content. You get to YouTube, you type in Tony's Picks in the search console, and there you go. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and away you go. Hit to our channel when you hit Tony's Picks, and you'll be able to find any of our live streams as you get on our screen. Our compilation videos are up right now. NBA college football up for you. Deep dives for you guys. Also, our props. We've got Chris their hit list that are up there when we got the NFL and NHL in progress. You can see that. And we have that playlist for you there. NFL playlist. We have the college football playlist. College football up and ready to roll. NBA as well on our playlist as well. College basketball when it returns. NHL when it returns. Fighting when it returns. And, of course, our shorts, where our shorts are very populated right now with lots of great content on the shorts. So check it out over at Tony's Picks, our playlist. Lots of great content. If you happen to miss any of our live shows, hit the live tab, and that's where you'll catch the morning show here live. Night Moves with Ramon and DeAndre. That one's also here archived. You can watch this one at 3 a.m. Eastern time, or you can watch the archive. Their complete rundown, an entire card here with Ramon and DeAndre. So check that one out there. A morning show here. We're here. Of course, we'll have Alessandro's Look Ahead show coming here. Happy Hour with Rod Monday, coming back here Monday through Friday. Daily Dazzle will come back here on Saturday here as we get the 16-game card from the NHL, so you can see lots of great content right here on the Tony Cruz YouTube channel there. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, and subscribe to all of our content. Of course, Chris, your hit list has been a very popular feature on the prop side.
Yeah, it's been popular, everybody. I appreciate everybody's comments. I see Semperfly found his way here. We chatted yesterday on video. Like I said, we cashed 3 of 6 yesterday for the touchdown scores. Just couldn't get those other 3 to find the end zone. But yeah, you guys will have a video tomorrow or tonight. I'll film it for tomorrow. We've got, I think, 10 NHL games. We've got 2 NFL games. So you'll probably have 2 different hit list videos to kind of separate them depending on how many I do. But as long as I've got data on those things, then I'll give it to you. After the first of the year, I may dive into basketball. We may dip there. That's just very tricky with these guys sitting, and you never know when they're going to get, hurt and pulled. So we try to stick to what's consistent, which is NFL and NHL. So I'll have you a video tomorrow for that as well. As long as I've got data, you guys will have that hit list out there, and we'll be hopefully approaching baseball season here soon. We got a little bit to go, but you guys will have the home run hit list back once that is open day. So we'll look forward to doing all that. Appreciate everybody's support, everybody's comments. You guys keep me keep me up on it, and I appreciate all the support. Everybody's been positive, no negative comments, guys. Try to keep those there. Appreciate Critter in the comments today. Let me know strong leans. Didn't mean to say that. The top 3 plays that I have on the board today are what I have money on. So anyway, go scoop those up. But yeah, I appreciate you guys supporting the hit list.
Yeah, Chad Chris here on the hit list. On the prop playlist, very easy to find when you just land on the homepage, on our YouTube homepage. It's right there. Cosaninos, we see some dog videos, shorts as well, but a lot of live show appearances and a lot of reels off those live shows when they go to our short section.
Yeah, as I said, mostly live shows lately, but hopefully maybe New Year, more doggy videos and more shorts again from me. But yeah, also speaking of baseball coming back, yeah, already getting my emails for the spring training down the street. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Haven't looked at the schedule, seeing who's coming to town, but I'm sure I'll find out soon enough. And yeah, always looking forward to MLB coming back. I know we got a lot of sports going on right now, but yeah, definitely one of my favorites.
That's right. A lot of great sports going on right now, guys. Check out our short section, live section for our live replays, podcasts. All of our playlists are in podcast format. So if you want the hit list, you can find that there on podcast format. Just look up Chris's hit list. You'll find on any of your favorite podcast directories. Our podcast gets tons of views there. I just amazed at how many views some of the compilation videos, the morning show videos, the popular playlist on our channel gets a ton of views, thousands of views a day on the podcast format. Because podcast people love to listen here on their podcast, on their favorite podcast directory. We're all over them, from Apple iTunes to Spotify and Google Play, just every major one where you'll find us. Just again, look at the playlist, type them in your favorite directory. You can even just find Tony's picks. You get everything that we have there on the podcast directory. But if you just want a specific podcast, then you can just go over to our homepage and just type in the playlist. You'll be able to find it there. So a lot of great content. The compilation one does well. Props does well. All of our playlists there over on the major playlist sections. All right, guys, thanks for joining us here. We're here Monday through Friday here at 5 p.m. at 9:30 a.m. Each time. It is Tony's Morning Show, and a lot of great shows here on the channel throughout the afternoon and evening hours. Just thanks to everybody here. Catch up here. What's going on in the chat? Appreciate there with Andrew there as well. Silver, keep an eye on Silver for us. Ron Hahn here in the chat as well. There, of course, our friend Crip Key, Georgia Bulldogs. We'll see how they do here in the bowl game against Ole Miss. I think I'm leaning that way myself. They're in the crap. So there, shouts out to Cal Dog there as well. Semperfly in there. Check out. That's right, Tony T. Check out, save you that 15% off there. No doubt about that. All right. Need some coffee. Yeah, overnight at the poker room will make you feel that way.
Oh no, that wasn't last night. No, actually, most rooms were closed around here yesterday.
Were they?
But this was a few days ago. Yeah. Only the Hard Rock, which even stays open through the hurricanes, right? When that one shuts down, you know you got a real hurricane coming. But other than that, yeah, the local little rooms were closed yesterday. And yes, I do need a coffee, probably more than anyone in the world. But unfortunately, acid reflux is not too. I mean, coffee is not too friendly to acid reflux. But I did order some mushroom coffee, so gonna see what all the hype's about there, and hopefully that helps out a little bit.
Yeah, that'll help it out. That's right. Nino, the poker man here. You can find him in any poker room in Florida. You know, grinding away on those tables. We'll see. All right, that'll do here for the show, guys. Gonna wake up. Bye, guys. Any thoughts from anyone before we close it out?
Let's make it a winning day, guys.
Let's make it a winning one. Gonna wake up. Bye, guys. You guys making a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony's Morning Show.